Welcome to the Dreaming Sun. In this video, you're going to discover how you can better deal with your negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions by overcoming the ironic rebound effect. So why is it important to learn more about this ironic rebound effect? Well, unless you know how to deal with your negative inner experiences, you might unknowingly be making the problem worse. This can result in a host of destructive behaviours ranging from things like procrastination all the way through to alcohol and drug abuse. The problem with these destructive behaviours is they start getting in the way of you leading a truly satisfying life. Well, let's go back to 1985 when Daniel Wegner ran an experiment where he told participants for the next 5 minutes try to think of anything except for white bears. Well, what happened? What they found is that all the participants couldn't think of anything but white bears. In fact, they even thought about white bears more than if they were explicitly told to think about white bears. And after the experiment, he coined the phrase, the ironic rebound effect. That is, the more we try to push something away, the more it comes back. And isn't this how we normally try to deal with our negative experiences? That is, we try to suppress them, we try to push them away, we try to distract ourselves. But unknowingly, we're actually making the problem worse. And unfortunately, the booby prize of using this strategy is that we're presented more times with the idea or the thought or the feeling, and therefore we're more likely to start believing it. And as we start believing it more, it becomes one of our self-concepts or beliefs, and therefore it starts becoming a guide for our life. So to help you understand how this ironic rebound effect actually works, Wegner split the brain up into two different parts where he talked about the operator, and this is the part of the brain that actually tries to put your attention to a different goal, away from the thing you're not trying to think of. The thing with this part of the brain is it's centered in the self-control part of the brain, and therefore it requires a lot of energy to be maintained. The other part on the other side is the monitor, and this is the part of the brain that's always on the lookout for the very thing you're not trying to think about or feel. The thing with this part of the brain is it's just automatic, and therefore it doesn't require a lot of energy. The problem starts to occur when there's an imbalance between the two. That is, you're fatigued, and therefore the operator is going to be less prevalent, and as that goes down, you're obviously left with the monitor, and because the monitor doesn't need much energy, that's the default, and because it's always looking for the very thing you don't want to be thinking about, it's obviously going to prime you to actually be thinking about it. So what's the solution to the ironic rebound effect? Well, it's actually counterintuitive, and that is to let everything be as it is. That is, you're not trying to change it or avoid it or suppress it. Therefore, it's about developing trust that you can handle whatever inexperience you might be happening and being able to carry on with your life in face of these feelings. Well, how do you actually do this? In the great self-control book called Maximum Willpower by Kelly McGonigal, she outlined a process that was given by Philippe Golden. He was a neuroscientist that was interested in seeing how people dealt with all their anxieties and their negative thoughts and their depressions, and he found that this process was the best way that people could deal with them. So first of all, become aware of the negative thought or feeling, and then direct your attention into the body. Feel the muscle tension and your breathing and your heart rate, and try to locate the feeling in your body. And then go back to your breath and just start breathing with whatever thought and feeling is in your awareness, and then try to picture that there's a sky, and then the clouds is the thought and feeling that you're experiencing, and remind yourself that you don't actually have to believe this thought and feeling, that even though it might be common to you, it doesn't mean that it's actually true. And as you keep breathing, just imagine with every breath you're actually pushing the cloud across the sky, and as it keeps going across, it's dissolving away. And then keep going back to this practice every time a new negative experience arises. So what if it doesn't go away? That's alright. This practice is about being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Also, if you are experiencing extreme panic or anxiety, then I recommend you check out the link below, which is for the Panic Away program. This is a highly recommended course, so check this out if you'd like a deeper understanding of this type of practice. So, moving forward, the next time you have a negative inner experience like a thought, a feeling or an emotion, just become aware of it and then go back through the steps to the practice that I just outlined. Also, leave me a comment on this video if you found it helpful, and be sure to subscribe so you can get all my upcoming videos.